Hi, folks. Welcome to another episode of Encourage the Heart. Today, we're interviewing Aana Rase, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about what's encouraging her right now. I'll have her introduce herself in just a minute. First, though, I'd like to share with you about why the Student Life and Campus Community Office is launching and participating in the campaign called Cultivate What Matters. We're doing that because we believe the best things in life are cultivated little by little. We need to reflect on what's important to us and make meaning of it. We come to work, meaning the Student Life team, every day because we're focused on the mission of encouraging you and equipping you to cultivate what matters right now in your life. Because at the end of the day, this is really your journey. It's your story, it's your hopes, it's your goals, it's what fires you up. We can't wait to cheer you on this journey of cultivating what matters to you right now, where you're at. So, Aana, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you?
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Aana. I'm a second year student majoring in recording arts with a performance emphasis. I got in on viola. I've been playing viola for 12 years now, and I've started playing piano, electric bass, and I've started singing and songwriting this past year too. So that's what I've been doing at school. I also work on campus. I'm a first year PAL, going on second year, and I just got hired on as an SGL, which I'm really excited about. So
And what does SGL stand for?
It's called a small group leader. They're kind of like peer advocates for the peer advocates.
Got it. Okay. And for our folks that are watching, the PALs or the peer advocate leaders, these are first year experience mentors that work in our FYE classes and really help our new students, first year students, and also transfer students really get anchored here at CU Denver. So thank you for doing that work. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so let's jump into our interview questions. And so the first question is, what's important to you right now?
Oh my gosh.
A lot of things, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. I'd probably, this is gonna sound ridiculous, but probably my infuser, like my aroma infuser.
Yes.
Yeah, I struggle with working from home and like working in my room just because that is an environment where I relax in and suddenly I have to work in it.
Yeah.
So I've just been like keeping that on, and like whenever it's on, that's the time for me to work. So
I like that. And I appreciate your comments about it's hard to make your home space now your workspace. I've been working at my dining room table and resisting taking my laptop to my couch, which would be a whole lot more comfortable than this dining room chair. But that's my relaxation zone. So I get that that's a struggle and you have to figure it out. So your infuser is helping you.
definitely.
Is there a favorite fragrance?
I like mixing orange with vanilla.
Ooh, okay. Awesome. Okay, so our second question is, what's making you laugh right now and survive this strangeness of being remote?
Uh, I've been kind of obsessively watching, like, I don't have TikTok, but I've been watching TikTok videos on like YouTube and things like that. So there's like one TikToker who I've been obsessed with, and she bought a cactus.
Mhm.
And she just filmed herself like talking to this cactus about how she was going to take care of it, and she was like, I don't know how to take care of you, and it was so cute, and it just makes me laugh every time I watch it.
Do you know her name off the top of your head? Maybe we can drive up her viewership.
I wish I could remember. I can't. I don't remember, but I've been sending it to everyone.
All right, audience, we need you to search for a TikTok video of a woman talking to her cactus. Okay, so our third question. So we've all had people in our past lives that have encouraged us. Sometimes that's like a constant thing. They encourage us a lot. And sometimes it's one time they said something pivotal to us. We'd love for you to tell a story about somebody who was an encourager to you in the past.
Yeah, definitely. There's been a lot of people. I've always needed encouragement. But I would have to say my best friend, he goes to a different college. In fact, we've actually always gone to a different school. We just kind of met each other in 8th grade, and we've been best friends ever since. And he's always been super encouraging, and I think the best part about it is that he's always been honest. So if I'm like, is this bad? He's like, yes. And I'm like, okay. Yes. No, and it's actually really good, because then I'll go back and I'll improve upon it. And so a lot of the time it's exactly what I need. So he's definitely someone who I like hold very close to my heart, and I always like think of when it comes to questions like those.
That's awesome. When I think of one of the people in my life that's an encourager, he is a truth teller,
Mhm.
and I can take it. In fact, I crave it because I know he unconditionally loves me as a friend. And so even if it's positive or constructive encouragement, I'm always open to it. So those people are so important in our lives.
Definitely.
Well, one of the things that I've asked all of our interviewees is, because you've told us a story about your best friend, if you could call him right now, what would you say to him?
Um, uh, hmm. I think I'd just tell him that I miss him. And then I would also just kind of tell him about how life is right now and ask him, like, he's still working. I work here now, so I can't leave the house. So I'd be like, what's the outside world like?
Yep, yep. Okay, well, I want to encourage you to give him a call today.
Definitely.
So our next question is, what have you learned about yourself when you think just about the last month, the last 30 days?
Ugh. um, hmm. I guess that I've always thought of myself as like a creative person.
Mm-hmm.
But like the past few years, I feel like I've just been really struggling with that, and I just like kind of stopped identifying myself as a creative person for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I've been home, I've like picked up a whole bunch of projects that I had to kind of drop off on, and I've come to realize that I am still pretty creative, and like just because it's not the same as it was when I was 5 doesn't mean that I'm not still creative.
I find that I go through cycles of creativity. So I love to do pottery. So
Mm.
usually once a year, I'll take 2, 3, 4 months of classes. Sometimes I've made it a whole year, and then I'll take a break and come back to it. But right now I'm doing a collage project with Mod Podge, so like,
Yeah,
yeah, we go through cycles of creativity. I'm glad that that's come back to you.
definitely.
Okay, so our next question. If you could give some encouraging words to someone that's struggling right now, what would you share with them?
Um, oh man. Well, I feel like we've all been through really tough times in our life, and like I've definitely been through some. So, I was a little nervous going into quarantine and everything because I was like, I don't want to go back to this. Um, but I would definitely share that it's not as bad as you think it is. A lot of the time and that sounds terrible, but I'm not meaning for it to. But a lot of the time we get so nervous and worked up about situations that seem terrible, but in the end they're really not. So I know I was really nervous to go into quarantine, and now that we've been in it for a few weeks, it's not as bad as I thought it was. And so I would definitely just say, like, hang in there. It'll get better no matter what.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you sharing those words of wisdom. So one of the things that we like to do in student life is end group experiences or activities, having everybody participate by just sharing one word, one thing that they're feeling or thinking right now. So what would your one word be? And then you can make any comments you'd like about it.
Hmm. Mm, I guess I'm feeling organized.
Ooh, tell me about that. What are you doing to stay organized as you are studying in your room?
um, I'm a Virgo, so I have a Virgo brain like crazy. So I will rearrange everything in my room 16 times before it's perfect. So all this past week and days before, I was just rearranging everything because I was like, I know I have to work in here now. How am I going to make this functional for me? But now I've kind of arranged everything so it's like all neat and organized and really pretty, and it's like all something that I can access and get to, and something that helps me focus. And so I feel organized.
That's awesome. Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah.
So this ends our episode of Encouraging the Heart. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Also want to ask you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, CU Denver Student Life. And we hope to catch you online in the future with another one of these interviews. Bye, everybody.